So since you already worked on the other platforms, QRadar and Splunk and all, so you must be very clear about the concepts, how SIM works and what a SIM is actually, and how we use it on a SOC.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, since I have to go through from the scratch, so I have to cover some of the theory part
Yeah,
as well.
sure.
So first of all, we'll try to understand the what is SIM, and then we'll go for the RSA NetWitness architecture, the components, and how it works, those things.
Okay.
This is kind of a agenda I have set up for previous batch, and same thing I try to carry forward for all the batches. So module one, normal fundamentals and everything. Then configuration, then collection part, metadata, investigation part, reporting and all, charting, dashboard creation, parsers, basic overview, how parser works, what a parser is, how to modify parser we required. So those things can be covered here. So this is kind of a detailed thing. So these are not the. It's actually I have made this only for my reference. What I have to cover. That's all. Don't need to take care anything from that. Okay. So now the same. How it's beneficial for us and how we can use for our security purposes for the SOC. So same as you know, as kind of security information event management. That's the kind of full form of the SIM that we use, and this is the most integral part of any SOC. Whatever companies using their own SOC or any MSSP SOCs, they are using the SIM as central point of kind of a collection tool, which gives the two benefits. One is centralized log monitoring along with the correlation, and second thing is centralized log storage. It also gives the storage as well. It depends which kind of storage you are using it. It can be NAS storage, SAN storage, maybe tape drive as well. But nowadays, tape drive is not being used by any of the organizations. SAN and NAS are the two major storage they are using it.
Okay.
And the same solutions implemented completely once. You can install, implement and forget. That's kind of thing is just have to keep maintaining it, keep fine tuning it, and keep using it. So it gives the flexibility as well. And this also helps admins to operate the SIM and monitor your entire network activities. Logs are coming in from multiple sources. It can be a firewall, it can be a switch, it can be a application systems. So all those logs can be collected here. It can be correlated, and then gives it output. Right.
Okay.
And also gives the flexibility to generate the reports and the incidents and the dashboards for the at as a glance. You can give a reporting. You can share reporting to the upper management and show that this kind of threats we are receiving in our organization and which we need to take action on. So it also gives you that kind of a benefit to us. This is the entire typical
Prem,
kind
can
of
you just increase
scenario.
the fonts, increase the size? This is the maximum size, huh?
Let me put it into presentation mode. Now it's good?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to read, right? The lines?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the normal architecture for a SIM. It the centralized kind of a point of contact for all these devices which we have in the organization. IT kind of IT perspective. We have logs, from this kind of custom applications. We have web servers, exchange servers,
Prem,
all
actually,
those
we can
things.
directly go to the RSA. I know these all these concepts.
Okay, I know.
Directly, we can go to the RSA basics.
So here comes your main point, huh? RSA. Okay. So this is the RSA NetWitness platform, high level architecture. It gives us the benefit of a packet, log, endpoint, and net flow. These type of solutions has been given by RSA. So all these comes to the one device which is collector. Then it's forward to the decoder where the enrichment and parsing all these things happens. Then it's get forwarded to the upper parts consultator. That's a kind of device which do the part of query where we can query, we get reporting and all, and then it goes to other device where we can see the incidents, alerts. Those are deploy rules as well where we can find these kind of output for all the events. If any after correlation, if anything happens, we can get the option here. So visibility, analysis, and action. These are three main parts for RSA particularly. I mean, it must be similar for other as well, but for this RSA, we have this type of defined high level hierarchy. This is the packet solution. So it has the three solutions: packet, log, and endpoint. So these three solutions can be used together or can be used separately as well. Okay. And it works on VM based and physical appliance based also.
Okay.
Now we can come to the main point, the components. So on high level, generally we have four or five main components for RSA NetWitness. First is going to be security analytics server. So this is the main UI where we can log in and you can monitor all the components together. You can see whatever is going on in the kind of an environment. So it works as centralized a central point of contact for all the servers. All components report to this server itself, and logs which is coming in you can able to see on this. So it only had one UI.
Okay.
And so this is the head server, you can say head of all the components, and this is a kind of heart of the same this RSA. That's it. Second, we can so first point of contact for the event sources. So event sources means the end servers which are sending logs to us. They send logs to the log collector. So let me open the notepad first. Okay, so it works like this. Okay. Okay, so you can see font is visible.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-uh. So the first component is the log collector, where actually raw logs are being sent from the event source end, and it only has the capability for collecting logs and forwarding to the this new next level decoder. It cannot do anything. It's kind of a dumb device. It just collects
Okay.
and forward. It works as a bridge.
Storage is happening on which component? Log collector only, right?
No, storage is happening on this kind of thing, archiver.
Okay.
This is another component which is connected to the NAS and SAN, and it does the archiver. Here we define the rules, how long the retention should be for the devices. Sorry, for the collect logs that we have collected. Some
Yeah,
companies
that
have
is yeah, 1 year or 2 year logs and archiver,
yeah,
but
yeah, right.
last by default the RSA is storing last 30 days logs, right? That storage is happening on which component?
No, by default,
All
there's no by default thing. We can configure. We have to customize.
okay.
And every apart from collector, all the
uh,
components have their own storage as well. Decoder also has their
Okay.
own storage. This also has their own storage. Every component has their own storage, but it depends. I mean, how what sort of type of storage we are trying to configure it. Some people only use 1 TB or 2 TB drives on these components because they do not want to store any data. They only want to store configuration. That's it. Everything
O-
they are planning to store on the NAS or SAN via archiver. So this
Okay.
device comes in picture. If you have a higher storage available, you can connect to these components. You don't need any SAN or a NAS. You can define
So
this.
the
Hmm.
indexed data is available in the concentrator only, right? Here in RSA.
Yes, yes.
So we need the what is the minimum level of storage required for the concentrator?
See, it
Any
depends.
prerequisite? Yeah.
By default,
So,
when you try to implement this, you have to
uh,
show your requirements. You have to show your budget, and that's when the whosoever salesperson from the RSA end, they'll suggest you this type of storage we can configure, this type of EPS we are getting in. So they'll define you. It's purely customizable. There's no kind of a hard and fast rule that this should be there. It's not like that.
okay. SA server
It
and
depends
ESA
on the
both are same or different?
which one.
SA server, security analytics server, and ESA both are same or different?
Both are different. These are this separate component, and this
Okay,
is the component
okay,
where we deploy the rules, use cases, rules where
okay,
the
okay,
correlation happens.
okay.
So the lock decoder here, the indexing, parsing, all those things happens. Then is just forward to the consultator. So here we can query. We can log into the UI and we can select the consultator device, and there we can query. We can do reporting. We can define metas. All those things can be shown here. The entire visibility coming from this device.
Okay.
And then we come to next device, which is broker. So what broker does it also works a similar way the concentrator does, but let's say if you have multiple this concentrators in your environment, so you cannot go one by one and check, right? Let's say we have two regions, we have south and we have west, and we also have a north. So those data are coming into different the concentrators. One for south, one for north, one for east, one for west. So you cannot go one by one each concentrator and query. So that's when broker comes in the picture. So what broker does
Okay.
is we define one query, and broker does the same query to multiple devices at the same time, the multiple concentators at the same time, and gives the result. So it's kind of an automation thing which happens, which saves our time and gives the output.
Okay.
And then we come to the ESA. This is the event stream analysis. So this is the main service which makes the RSA same as the same, right? Here we can define the rules, we can define our use cases as per our requirement, and we can get the alerts created. And those alerts can be created as an incident as well. We define incident rules. So all those things happens here.
Okay.
So if we talk about, these are the three main major components which must have. These
So
are the
alert rules
optional.
and the yeah, correct. So the alert rules and incident rules both are different or same?
Both are different,
Okay.
though they use same database, but those are different.
Okay.
Yeah. So this kind of components are clear, right? Any doubts here?
Yeah. No doubts on the components.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. So same thing happens here. I have defined some basic things,
So
how it
here
works,
there
and
is a one key term I heard. What is difference between the VLC and RLC?
sure. So
Virtual log collector
VLC,
and remote log collector.
yeah. So as I was saying earlier, we have two type of deployments. We have virtual and we have physical device deployment as well. So what VLC
Okay.
means virtual log collector. We have a VM box. We have installed the RSA image, ISO image on that. It becomes a virtual log collector. It can be placed anywhere, remotely or
Okay.
any other place. But if we have a physical box in our data center, that's called the log collector.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
got
that
it.
that's the only
So in
differences.
the simple terms, they are asking the remote law collector. Okay, okay. And one more thing, actually, in the SAM, RSA NetWitness is running on the what is the background? The OS is running Linux or CentOS?
It works on CentOS.
CentOS only, yeah.
Yeah, and CentOS also customized CentOS. They have done a lot of customization out there. So most of the
Ah,
commands maybe is available on normal CentOS. They may not work on the this CentOS because they have done the customization.
okay. Customized CentOS, not the exact as CentOS, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Why I'm asking this question? Actually, there is one requirement is here.
Mm-hmm,
The tools review, right? The audit checklist.
mm-hmm,
So the requirement is everything, all the hardening of the SAM tools, it's already is implemented or not. That is the requirement. When we check with the OEM, they provided the one of the script to run this to execute in the any of the components.
mm-hmm,
Okay, but the problem is here when we run the script, we can see the output. All the line items are paused or failed or not applicable like this. We can see, but when we generate in the open scrap report, at the time, the first line of the report is telling this open script is not supporting CentOS is not applicable like this.
Yeah, that's the only reason. If you run that script to normal CentOS system, it will work.
Uh,
But
so
this is since that
that means the issue with the not in the CentOS, the issue in this report. Am I right?
no. To be honest, as I said, the script whichever they are giving in, so that
Mm,
script if you run the normal CentOS box, it will work.
okay. Mm,
But since this is a customized thing, they have removed something, they have add something. So that scenario, RSA CentOS it may not cater all those commands or all those scripts because this is customizable.
okay. Okay, got
They
it.
have made the changes as per their requirement. So only RSA
Okay,
can give supported script which can work with their CentOS.
okay, got it. So
Yeah.
that means the audit, the predefined hardening is already completed in the customized CentOS. Am I right?
Yes. And if you need further kind of details on this, you can just contact the support, let them
Mm,
know your requirement. They'll give you the customized script for their customized CentOS so that they can run that and you can get the required output. That you can do.
okay. Why I'm asking? We are managing the firewall also, the checkpoint firewalls also. Checkpoint
Hmm.
also the customized Linux only. But there
Hmm.
is some hardening perspective. We need to do the yes such bug. That means how to tell uh, the basics settings is the right. The hardening
Hmm.
things in the
Hmm.
SSH and the SSL. We are whenever we are upgrading the new patches again and again we need to do the hardening activities and the checkpoint firewalls. Yeah, even it's a customized OS also. So the same thing will be available in the RSA tool also, right? Am I right or wrong?
You are right. I mean, hardening is already done there since this is not the open source thing. So
Mm.
hardening is already given. I mean, has been done by the RSA itself, by OEM itself.
Okay.
So currently, which version is there running on your client?
Currently, we are running the only 11.7 only. We are planning to
Uh,
upgrade the 12.1.
12.1. All right.
May I know what is the latest stable version?
I think 12.2 is there.
That is the
It's been
latest
released.
version, right? Actually, the stable version concept here is there or not?
Stable. See, in RSA, we try to go N-1 model. So whatever latest comes in prior to that version, that's stable. So if
Hmm.
12.2 is there, so we should go for 12.1. Otherwise, in 12.2, we'll face a lot of bugs.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
there's kind of a best
Got it.
practice to follow. Yeah. Okay. So the components which I was talking about here. So it also has one more thing. Since these are the standalone devices, log decoder, log collector, consultator, but we have one other deployment where we call as hybrid deployment.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in
The
hybrid
same we are using
deployment,
in our infra.
yeah. So where we can see three services out there: log decoder and consultator and the log collector. These three are already inbuilt in one box, so we don't need to buy
Yeah.
separate devices for that. But one more
Okay,
catch here: if you talk about local standalone log decoder as well, there you can see two services. Apart from decoder, we can see collector also. That called local collector.
okay.
So local collector means if this is the third, I mean the log collector which separate plays somewhere else, collecting logs,
Yes, yes.
forwarding the log decoder, but this not forwarding the log decoder correct. I mean directly. It's sending the logs to the
Mhm.
log collector service of the log decoder box, and that local log collector service forward that log to decoder for further parsing and all. So that's the catch
Okay,
here.
okay.
That needs to be, take care if you face any trouble, any issues. So instead of troubleshooting this and this, you should also look for log collector also, which is inbuilt log collector. Sometimes that service is dead. Because of that, you're not able to receive the logs. So mostly this scenario comes in the picture. People don't
Okay,
think that way. So I thought I should
okay, okay.
give you the
So log
background as well.
collector is forwarding the logs to the local collector of the decoder. Then it will the
Yes,
aggregation will be done.
yes, and
Okay,
then local collector forward to that same to the decoder, log decoder.
decoder. Okay, okay, okay.
And we are talking about the log solution here. If we talk about packet solution, where we see same services but log is not there. Only decoder, if we talk about, it means packet decoder, and log decoder, it
Okay,
means
okay.
log decoder. So while quoting
See
anything
what
to,
here I am confusing. Actually, mainly what is the difference between the packet decoder and a log decoder? That means
yes,
real data is
no, in
the data
packet
security
decoder
level we
basically.
can do it or yeah. Tell me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So in the log solution, what happens is whatever logs are being generated from the all the systems, those
Mm.
logs are being sent as it is, right? So entire raw data, the raw log you can able to see, but in packet solution, only packet information you'll be able to see, like communication kind of thing. It's layer 7 and layer 3. Those type of data is available. Source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, and the service and application which are trying to access. Only those information is available. Only packet is available. Nothing else. So that's
Okay.
the only difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. For the log perspective, the source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, the timestamp, this only is there. Okay, finally flags will be there. This is the connection. That means this is a log. So
Hmm.
here, what is the mean by packet here?
No, in packet, as I said, in the log we have other data also. No, the access logs, audit log, like if any changes has been made in the environment, so those are also available there. But in packet, those should not be available. Only pure
Okay,
typical
okay,
packet thing are get generated. It packet being broadcasted, it been unicasted. So those type of things.
okay,
If you are
okay,
getting
okay,
any
okay.
email, so in email plain header analysis. So it more into the kind of what do you say, forensic sort of thing. That thing comes in the packet.
Okay, okay, got it. So I suspect the packet means the real data, whatever we are sending to. For example, we are typing on mail to mail, so the mail content will be inspected in the packet level.
No, 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 no. It's not like
That
that.
means data
Because that is
security.
possible. That is possible. We
Hmm.
can see that. If any attachment,
Mm.
then we can download see that attachment as well. But we cannot see
Mm.
any content for the email, whatever you typed in.
Okay, okay, okay. So this one also they like a connectivity data only, not the data level, pass
Yeah,
through
not
data.
the normal. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
okay,
kind of
got it.
high
Fine.
level sort of.
Okay, okay.
So brokers so components have been covered. So I can mention here the packet decoder. What is this? It collects, extract metadata,
Mm.
fully reassemble and globally normalize network traffic at layer 2, 7 of the OSI model. Session analysis, appliance to be covered. So network level kind of thing we can see here. So this is the main functioning happens as that source means the log collector, and then comes to decoder, and then comes to the concentrator, and then broker. So this is the normal log flow for the RSA NetWitness. And here we have a different, this is a standalone example for the deployment. Okay, log decoder, then is forwarding to the concentrator, and then this forwarding to the event ESA and broker. So this service and this service consumes from this, and this consumes from this. That's how it works. It's kind of a chain of the appliances. And then in the end, we have a UI, which is the head of all these components. So have one server where we can log in, and you can see in the UI, we can define all these things. We can check the status, we can check the health of all these appliances. We can do reporting. We can deploy live rules. Live rules means the automatic rules, which is there in the RSA portal. You can download from there. We can do all the admin level tasks. Everything is happening here.
Okay, one second.
Hmm.
So in the log collector, we can see the, for examples in North India, South India, we are splitting it. In South India, there is a two log collectors we are implementing is a active standby.
Hmm.
Normally, which scenario they are implemented? Active standby or active? In a
They
real infra.
they active, not the standby. Both will be active at the
Okay.
same time. But what happens is
Mm.
once collectors sense that the decoder is getting failed or I'm not able to send, so it
Mm.
start for sending the data to another decoder. So both are active at the same time, but only one can ingest. Both cannot be ingested.
So here, any virtual IP concept is there like a checkpoint or direct IP only?
It depends. I mean, if you have any, let's say some people what do, they implement the F5, the load balancer in between of the collector and the decoder and the event source. So event source will be sending the data to the collector, and collector sending the data to the F5 load balancer, and then balancer will check which decoder is free, and basis of the
Mm.
availability, it forwards to the available decoder for processing. So that's another scenario which we can implement. But in
Okay,
normal
okay.
government and entities, banks and all, they do direct forwarding. They don't use any virtual IP or F5 kind of scenario.
Okay, okay, okay.
So this is the it's clear, right? Any question here?
Yeah, yeah, no
No.
questions.
Okay.
So decoder is directly send mail the logs to the archiver as well as concentrator.
It
Archiver is
depends.
having the raw data, concentrator is having the indexed data.
Yeah. So here a catch. One more thing. As a compliance for the banks, government asking you to keep the 5 years raw data and 10 years index data,
Mm.
process data. Okay. So in
Mm.
that scenario, what happens? Some people they directly capture the decoder data to archiver, and some people capture index data from concentrator to archiver. So again, it depends. Archiver can directly ingest data from this device as well and from this device as well. But it depends on you if you want to keep the raw data or if you want to keep the process data.
Okay, okay.
But it has availability from both. Both can be adjusted here directly.
Okay, okay, okay.
So as I said, it's a very customizable thing. So whatever requirement is, he'll be able to cater you. It will not deny.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
So here is the glimpse of the UI, how it looks like. This is, I think, version 11 dot something. I'm not sure which one is this. So these are different tabs that we have. We'll go through with this as well. So here all the components are showing here. Status green means it's working, it's online. This name of the appliance, the service which is running on those appliances. We have a decoder. So decoder had two services, right? So one is collector, one is decoder. So both will be available. See here. This is the same device, but had two services. The local collector. This is the log decoder. So that's how we can
Okay.
see. And here we can define grouping also if we want have multiple devices from multiple locations and we tend to forget which one it is. So we can simply create a group. Let's say this is here North India, South India, East India, West India. So whatever devices are deployed in all these regions, we can make a group and we can put those key devices services to that group so that we can we remember, yeah, this is the one we have to check.
Okay,
So that
okay.
also is possible. And also give the version information here, which version it is. And this is the option, gear option, where you can click on define the different configurations. We'll come to that when we go for practical sessions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here we have a mechanism of log collection. So in NetWitness, we have two methods for collecting the logs. One is push, one is pull. So push is basically, I think nowadays most of the appliances are supporting push itself, syslog, basil.
Syslog. Yeah. Yeah.
So we can define one destination IP on those event sources, and they keep forwarding that logs to via UDP. So, so we don't have to do anything. Once configure and then done.
Okay. UDP
But
514 only.
yeah, 514 or 5146, any port is defined. We can define it.
Okay, okay,
But and
okay.
this is the easiest method for collection of the logs. And the
Okay,
second
okay.
thing, where still we are facing issue with the Windows. So Windows are not able to send the logs. We have to go and collect. That's how it does. So databases, Windows servers, these devices are where our collector goes to the device, the appliance event source, and collect the logs as per batches. We can define batches as also like this 500 logs to be pulled in one batch, and the interval also can be defined like collector goes to event source every 5 minutes and collect this much of logs. So that's also a second scenario. But most of the
Okay.
even here I mentioned the firewall also, but this is also supporting syslog now. So syslog is
So
also coming
Winaram
up.
we are using, right?
Yes, WinRM we are using it for Windows collection,
Okay.
and WinRM we
Actually,
are
in the
using
RSA,
two
the
ports.
endpoint agent we can also we can use it, right, for the Windows servers.
We can use endpoint agents also. We can, but that's a different solution altogether. It's not inbuilt in
Okay.
the NetWitness. We have a separate UI for that. For that,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm. People are not using NetWitness agent. I mean, the event endpoint service. Mostly people use a log and
Actually,
package.
in our infra, they are using it. They are replacing the Winaram. They are using the endpoint agent.
Yeah, they have a lot of money, no? They can invest.
Yeah, that I don't know. They are not
Uh,
using the UEBA feature,
okay,
but they are using the endpoint.
only for collection purpose.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, yeah, it's fine. Whatever they feel.
Okay.
Okay.
Lockbox. What is this
So
lockbox
lockbox
means?
is kind of security feature which gives the encryption for the data which is passes from collector to upper services, decoder, consolidator, and all. So let's say if anyone is trying to capture the like man in the middle, if they're trying to
Mm,
capture things, whatever coming in, they won't be able to do
mm,
it because because once you configure this account, it will encrypt all the data. So whatever communication happens between all the components with the RSA server, head server, it's encrypted. So once you have a
okay.
password or you have a key, then you'll be able to decrypt. Otherwise, you'll not be able to do it. So that's kind of security feature which given on the
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, in our infra, there is a major issue is going on. In DC infra, we can see there is no issues. All the logs we are getting it from the endpoint agent. Okay.
Hmm.
Here we are using the endpoint agent, which is implemented in the some of the devices in the both DC and some of the devices in the DR. Okay. But in DC there is no issue. But DR we can see all the logs are in encrypted format only.
Hmm.
There is no solutions till now. Maybe this issue will be there. The lockbox is not configured in the DR.
Yeah,
So, as
maybe
per my
possible.
understanding, yeah, yeah, yeah. As per my understanding, the lockbox feature is we are using for the encrypted file from the encrypted log files from the logs, all the log sources to uh, the decoder. Am I right? Or log
Uh,
sources to log collector to log decoder. Which one is
log
correct?
collector to log decoder.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay. I know
okay.
both are the correct things because even source can forward the log to the collector, and same thing can getting forwarded to the next level, the decoder. But
But
this log box
encryption
is
is the
available on the
encryption.
log collector.
Yeah, yeah. Encryption is done on the log collector only, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, 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 okay.
And most of the time, when you do the new deployment, it will not
Mm.
able to send logs to the decoder if you don't define this ID password for this logbox service. It gives you errors or maybe any sort of troubles. So it has to be defined.
Okay,
And this is typical SOC kind of flow. How we get these all these services appliances are sending logs to this log collector and log decoder, then consultator. Then here it is a UI server, and here you can query, you can do whatever you want. This is kind of an analyst is sitting here. So I try to depict something from simplest form.
okay,
So it is ODBC, NetFlow, file, checkpoint, all the things are there.
okay,
All right. So these are the some collection protocols which we use for log collection. Uh, file, NetFlow, ODBC, plugins, WinRM, OPSec, LIA. So I think LIA is we're not using anymore now. We are using syslog only for checkpoint. This is the oldest thing. Earlier we used to use this service. SDP, SD, SNMP, syslog, VMware, Windows. So these are the method which we can implement to collect the logs. These are on. I mean, you must be aware the severity level. So,
okay.
so this generally we define in the syslog based, Linux based systems only.
Yeah, go to the
Like,
previous slide.
hmm,
Yes, the IPS. IDS IPS. Okay. So in the integration sections, we can check the all this integration collection, right?
The integration section, I can give you, I can show you the syslog integration, or
Hmm.
maybe I try to show Windows if it's possible. Since this is the lab thing, so all those real-time things cannot be possible here. But I'll try to do syslog also. That's confirmed. The rest,
I am mainly need the SFTP method, SFTP and ODBC.
okay. SFTP, I'll give you the heads up how SFTP works. So I think nowadays we only using for IS servers for SFTP, nothing
Yes,
else.
web servers. Yeah, web
Yeah,
servers we
web server.
need to use the SFTP, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
So where
Okay, go ahead.
we have a one SFTP agent which we can install, and then via that agent we can try to communicate. That is it different. We can have a guide as well, separate done PDF guide. You can follow and easily you can do it. It's not a big deal, I think.
Okay.
So integration of log data. This is the second thing we are trying to show you up. So syslog integration. Here's the one file which you need to edit. Rsyslog.conf. There's the one file which every syslog device has. This is the one. Oh. Some device has syslog ng.conf.in, or some have syslog rsyslog.conf. It depends. You can just have to check. And only one thing you have to do. You have to change the add the destination IP UDP. This is the log decoder's IP, and then port 5146 or anything, whatever is free port you have, and that's done. That's the only one point we have to do. Integration is completed. We'll be able to see the logs for this device. So it's pretty much easy as compared to any other method.
What is this novel SUSE?
Which one?
Configure
Novel.
novel, the title.
Ah,
What is this?
that is the version of the kind of a syslog server. Like
Okay.
we have a CentOS, we have Linux. Same way it has Novel SUS 10.2 version. But this is the obsolete already. We are not using this anymore. But this example is from the older slide, so I
No,
have taken up.
in log management of the component of the RSA, which is working, which syslog is working. This novel or some other thing.
No, it's not Novel. It's the normal syslog. Don't have any defined version or
Okay.
something. It's a normal syslog.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. So you are telling something about syslog -ng, right? What does it mean by ng?
NG is the
Oh,
next
okay,
generation
okay,
syslog.
okay.
This is the advanced or maybe kind of newer things.
Mm,
So this is kind of an example where we have a centralized log collection. So NG syslog NG is kind of another solution which
mm,
gives you the centralized log management, log storage. So
mhm,
some people what do, they don't want to forward the logs directly to the log decoder. They send all the syslog to this syslog ng application, and
mm.
this forwards the logs to the available decoders. So again, we can define the rules, we can define the collection rate, everything we can customize it. So this is another solution which runs on the VM. We have a ISO image or any other normal OVF image. We can deploy on the centralized VMware application or the server. That becomes the syslog ng server.
Okay,
So this is the taken from that. And this novel SOS, this is the version of the syslog ng server. So and this is the normal syslog machine, CentOS, Linux, and all. So here we have rsyslog.conf. This is what I was talking about. Okay. So this is the
So
syslog ng
in
server.
RSA, I'm asking one thing. This is a syslog configuration, right? So
Mhm.
my question is here: how we can configure the syslog server in RSA? It's not required, or it's we need to run this service.
No, in RSA, in the decoder level or collector level, we have a config page where we can go and define. We just have to
Mm.
do one-time configuration for Linux. I think most of the time it already has been done by default because syslog is by
Okay.
default supported by RSA. But
Okay.
again, if you want to check, you can go to the config page of the decoder and you can check there. I'll show you that how you can do it. But we don't have
Okay.
to
Okay.
configure any server for syslog.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the integration I'm talking about. This is a thing you have to do on other event sources from where you want logs to be coming in to RSA. So on that machine, you can go to this file, edit it, and you can enter the decoder IP. That's it. So that's how you can import logs, maybe get the logs for that machine.
Okay.
All right, and then had to restart service. That's how you're done with the integration. You'll be able to see the logs for that machine on your RSA server now. So this is we have covered the syslog ng centralized Linux server. This is the normal OS, CentOS, Linux, Ubuntu, whatever Linux servers you have, open source servers.
Okay. Okay.
But the method is same for both. This is the Windows configuration. If you want to integrate Windows machine to your NetWitness, you want to get the logs from there. This is how you
Mm.
can do it. Nowadays we have a script created which we can which have all this information, all these steps. So automatically it happens. But earlier we should do manually, one by one. We have to create a user. We have to make that part of event source group. Then we can enable the WinRM service. So there are a lot of steps which I can show you
Actually,
here.
WinRM is a file or a script.
WinRM is not a file or neither a script. It's a service for Windows servers.
Okay. Okay. In a separate service in Windows Server. Okay. Okay. So it supports
And that,
all kind of Windows versions, right? WinRM.
I'm sorry,
So
I didn't get.
WinRM service is available on the all the Windows flavors, right?
Yeah. All the Windows servers, yes.
Servers,
So
client, all the
yeah, it comes from
endpoint
Microsoft directly.
ways.
Yes.
Okay, okay. What is the expansion RM? Remote management.
Yes, Windows Remote Management.
Okay, okay,
And it
okay.
works on two different ports. It works on 5985 and 5986. These are two ports which on VNRM works. So one
Five
is
nine.
5985
Okay,
and 5986.
okay,
So these are nothing but this kind of what do you say, HTTP and HTTPS in simple form. One is secure, one is not secure. That's the only
okay.
difference.
Why we are
So
using
here,
HTTPS? We are just enable the service only, right?
yeah, HTTPS I given you example. It's not actually HTTPS, but it's a secure
Okay,
and unsecure. That's
okay,
the
okay,
method.
okay, okay, okay.
So
Got it,
some
got
some
it.
people want that my data which is transiting in the network that should be
Hmm.
encrypted. Cannot see that.
Okay,
If you need any that type of security, so that's in that scenario you have to use 5986 secured port.
okay, okay.
Okay, and this typical scenario happens like if you have multiple branches of the bank. One is in Chennai, one is in Tamil Nadu, one is in Delhi. You know, so
Hmm.
the bank wants I want logs from the Tamil Nadu branch, but the data will be traveling on the over the open internet. No, so
Okay, okay,
bank do not want that to be intercepted by any third party or third person. So that they use this port which encrypts the data in the wire. Data traveling in encrypted form and is coming into your collector. So
okay.
that's the only difference, nothing else. And our RSA collector has a capability to decrypt both the kind of logs, encrypted windows or decrypted windows, 8586. Whatever comes in, it will be able to intercept. That's the benefit it has by default.
Okay.
So if we talk about the steps, we have your normal steps mentioned here. So what you have to do to integrate Windows servers to RSA NetWitness, first you have to go to that domain server or maybe a Windows server, and you have to create a one user named RSA log. We can define any other user also, but this is the easy to remember. And you have to make this server, as a group member of the event viewer, log reader event viewer group of that Windows server, so that it can read the logs. And these are the only user which will be used to send that data to us. Our collector goes to server, will talk to this user. This user hand over the logs, and then it come back and gives the decoder. So that's how it works. Since all these
Okay.
things can be performed by the Windows team only, we don't do anything on that. We simply define them the steps or give them the PDF. They'll do it because they are the expert in that. So we have to manage our SIM. We don't have to take care of all these Windows integration and all. All their team, we have a different team. They'll do it. But we should know if
In
any.
case they, yeah, correct. So in case they are confusing, in case they will asking these some questions, how this background is working, we need to tell us each and every steps, right, for
Yeah.
implementation of the script.
y-
So first we need to create the local user named RSA log or any other name, only RSA log.
Yeah. RSA log. I think it's define the purpose also. It define the easy to remember thing. RSA log.
Okay,
We are
okay.
trying to log
Right.
get the logs. That's why.
Oh, okay. Right. So the log reader group and the Winaram group, both group. And create a AD certificate service which are in the AD.
Hmm.
Okay.
If we don't, if we have
Install
a
this.
normal Windows server, you don't need to create this thing. It's only for Active Directory domain device.
Okay. Okay. Install certificate template to allow the domain users. Okay. Certificate template. Validate private certificate of the log source AD. Login as administrator and copy the script to the C drive. Open PowerShell. Okay, PowerShell we are using it with admin
Yes.
privileges.
This command will be run on the PowerShell.
Okay, the below commands 3 steps.
Hmm.
Okay.
So all these earlier we used to do this thing manually, but now we have this script. We can create this as a PowerShell script. Once you download
Mhm.
it, or maybe once you get it, you can. It's also available on the RSS site. You can download and you can rename as .ps1 extension. That make the PowerShell script. So once
Okay.
PowerShell script is complete, has been created, go to PowerShell, go to this location, and then you can run this. So all these
Okay.
steps will be happen automatically. The user will be created automatically. It will be the part of this group also automatically. All the things happens. Whatever is required, it
Oh,
will happen automatically. You don't
okay.
have to do anything.
Okay. Got it. Got it. We just go to the PowerShell and execute these 3 lines only. It will be enough.
Yes, because this is
Okay.
the script. That's why we have made this automation script. So it has all these
Okay.
steps included in once. Just open this location in the PowerShell wherever the script placed and run this. That's all. And these are main things which is required to be done. Uh, we have to make a listener port 5986 user RSA log at sidb.com. Okay, it's like a bank I used to work on. So I
Oh,
have done
SIDB,
that.
yeah.
So
You already working in the SIDB, yeah.
yeah, long back.
Oh, actually, our company only is handling the SIDB customer also. SIDB
Okay.
also one of the customers for us. Okay.
and PowerShell WinRM e PowerShell config listener. So yeah, so you don't do anything manually. As I said, if you want, I have a separate document also. I can give you that. We have all the steps mentioned there manually. We can go one by one for your knowledge purpose only, nothing else.
Okay, so in the out of 7 steps, we just go to the first 4 steps, then we will execute these three commands. Correct?
Even these commands also is not required. This was all
Okay.
part of this kind of script.
Okay. WinRM config. Okay. Okay.
Yes. If you get
Okay. Okay.
error, then you have to run this thing. Action show report. Once you do show report, it will give you all these red lines and where you can see errors. So you can try to rectify that. You can take the help from Windows team. You can rectify.
Mhm.
That's when this manual thing comes in the picture. Otherwise, we don't need to do any manual task.
Okay.
So I show you the integration for the Windows and Linux. That only I can try to show you in the practical also.
Okay.
Uh, so now we reach to the next segment called data processing. So basic, as I said, it does the parsing, it does the aggregation, normalization, correlation. So this thing happens on decoder. This happens on all the devices because decoder aggregating from the log collector and the constant data aggregating from the log decoder. So it happens with all the
Mhm.
appliances, all the components. And normalization, it happens on decoder. So parsing and normalization is same thing, but again it has a difference. Parsing, what happens, it does kind of normal whatever is required in which field. Let's say we have two different fields here. I'll give you the brief. We have field 1 and same time we have field 2. So whatever needs to be done in place 1, like source IP or destination IP or any device type, host name, those things come in the one column. And second column, we have a device name, IP value, data value, any those things that should come on the uh, index 2 or column 2. So those things automatically happening at decoder to remove the to save the storage, to remove the unnecessary data.
No, no. Parsing means that is a syntax, right? So in the syntax for any kind of the security, multiple security products are sharing the its own logs at the time. It will just fill the its own template. Am I right? This is the parsing.
In general term, you can say that's a parsing, but in RSA term, parsing means to give the value or to give the kind of easy read access to the logs, raw logs.
Okay.
Like it defined that data to multiple meta keys to easy to understand, and that meta keys will show you the data. If you see the raw logs directly import from any machine and you can try to read it, you'll not be able to read properly
Mm.
because kind of
Okay.
n numbers of symbols and icons and a lot of things are there, which makes you confused.
Mm.
But
Okay.
once parsing is happen on the NetWitness and decoder, so you can check one by one what's the meta keys. It will give you the, like I said, source IP, port number,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
host
yeah.
name. So these all are meta keys. Under these meta keys,
Okay,
you'll be
okay.
able to see metadata. So it makes you
Okay,
easy.
okay. Okay, okay. So
But
for
but
updating the meta keys, correct?
hmm,
That is parsing.
decoder generates meta keys using the parsing.
Okay, okay, okay. And what is
And core,
aggregation?
yes, aggregation, as I said, aggregation means aggregating data from someone. One is as work as a source, one works as a destination, or maybe a sender and receiver. So receiver means, let's say in we have a decoder, it's the receiver, and collector is the sender. So sender sends data to receiver, and then it forwards to upper sections, concentrator, ESR, access server. So that call aggregation, aggregating data from someone.
No, I'm not confusing. Can you please go explain in the MS Paint?
Sure. Let me go ahead to MS Paint itself. Let me take one small thing. Oh, this is our collector. This is our decoder. Okay. So you see this my good drawing.
Okay. So first one is
So first one is the log collector,
okay.
and then second one is the log decoder, and third one is the concentrator.
Okay.
So here what happening is this collector sending the data to decoder, right?
Okay.
And decoder sending the same data after passing and normalization to the concentrator. So here in this scenario, we can say that decoder is aggregating the data from collector and concentrator aggregating data from decoder. Okay. And let's
Okay.
say I'll make one more is broker. So this is the broker. So there are two aspects out here. One aspect is in simple term, aggregation means the same way. It aggregating data from this, it aggregating from this, and this from this. But
Okay.
as per RSA term, decoder is capturing. They have defined their own way. Instead of aggregation, they call it capture. So this is
Okay.
capturing data from this. But this is not capturing data from this. This is aggregating data from this.
Okay. Okay.
Are you
Okay.
confused or clear?
Yeah, I'm getting. I'm getting.
Okay, those is kind of a little tricky, but sometime takes time. So decoder is capturing. It captures. It do not aggregate, but broker aggregate from concentrator and concentrator aggregate from other concentrator, not from
Okay.
the decoder.
Okay. Okay.
This is RSA term, but as in general, aggregation means whatever you're capturing from anywhere. This also should be aggregation or itself, but since they are RSA, whatever they say, we have to follow it. They said capture is capture, but here aggregation.
Okay.
So it's nothing. Is only getting data from the lower devices. That's all, in simple term. So am I clear?
Okay. Okay. I got it.
Ah. And this is the correlation. As said, it happens on the another component called ESA, event stream analysis. As another component we
Leave
have
it. What about normalization?
normalization is defined. This is nothing. This is kind of there are two tables. Okay, so table one consists source IP, host name, and device IP.
That means the indexed data, right? It's normalized the indexed data. Am I right?
Yes. So there are a lot of ways. I mean, there are a lot of words we can define this process. But
Okay.
first,
Okay.
let me
Okay.
just try to define the base. So this table one. This is table two. So in table two, we should get the name of the IP source. Okay, 1.2.2. Let's say. host name A, B, C, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So normalization means whatever data belongs to table 1, it should be in table
Hmm.
1 only. It should not go to table
Okay.
2. If
Okay.
we have a
Okay.
source IP, so manual the IP number should be mentioned here, not here.
Okay. Okay.
So it maintain the dignity of the data, and so that the person who analysts can be seen and can use this data to use the interpretation or the reporting or alerting part. So this has been taken care by the decoder itself. They first do normalize, they segregate the data, and then it pass the data. These are
Okay.
two main jobs for this decoder.
Aggregation, normalization, both are done in the decoder only.
No, aggregation happens on the concentrator and upper devices,
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Correct. Correct.
and on the decoder, capturing happens, data capture, and
Okay.
normalization and parsing. This also happens on decoder.
Okay. 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 Got it.
Okay. So this one decoder, this one concentrator and upper services like broker and all, and this entirely different thing. It's ESA. It's another component.
Yeah. 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 Correlation is a server.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this basic functionality is confirmed, right? It's clear.
Yeah. Yeah. It's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the raw log I was talking about. This is the if you try to read this entire log, you will not be able to make sense, or it's gonna take a lot of time to understand you what happening it, what is the thing and all. Though this is simplified log, the raw log actually is coming in under notepad from different device, any event source. Very frustrated. You're not able to see it. It's very difficult to understand. At the
Okay.
same time, if you okay, this is the index data. So this is the one raw log. This is the index one.
Okay.
So which one is easy?
Okay. Okay.
This one
Metadata.
or this one? Yeah,
This one. This one. Yeah.
right. So here simplify. You can see two tables. One, I'm sorry, one table and two second table. So here
Yeah. This
we
is
find
parsing.
the
Yeah. Yeah. This is
yes,
parsing.
this is the parsing. Right, right. So parsing and normalization is happening at the same time. Is also part of the normalization itself.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So that's the kind of a job has been done by decoder or packet decoder or log decoder, whatever you have. Both are the same.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And this is a view from the RSA head unit investigate console. So if you go to UI and try to investigate any data, look at this way, this form. So here
Okay.
these are the meta keys, device IP, source IP, and all, and these are the metadata. So you can these numbers has been mentioned here, right? Green numbers, 8,000 logs, 5,000 logs. These are events only. These are the host name, oh sorry, host IP, which has this much of events which we have received. So if you want, you can click on this and you can go to the raw logs and index logs, and you can try to define whatever you want.
Okay.
So this comes under the investigate tab. We have a different tabs we have seen. So under investigate tab does this thing.
Okay.
And here we have an option for customized timing. If you want logs for last 5 minutes only, you can click on this tab. Right now it's selected all data. So whatever data it has, it will show you. But once you click on this, you can get multiple options like last 5 minutes, last 24 hours, last 10 minutes. That can be shown. And here we have a one of tab visualization. If you click on this tab, it will show you the graph, how much data is being received, what is the timing has been received on. So all those things will be available here. But generally people don't use that. They only use this one,
Okay.
right? And this is the packet. In packet capture, these things comes in only website which have been accessed. What was the outcome? What was the user or browser? Trident proxies there or not? Cookie host. So these are the request has been sent to server. This is the response received from the server.
Okay.
So this is
So
the
we can
packet scenario.
see this. Yeah, this is we can see whenever we are using the packet hybrid. Am I right? Not
Yes, packet
log
solution.
hybrid.
No,
Okay. Okay.
in log will not go get these things.
Okay.
You will
Okay.
get something like this in log. This is the log,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but this is the packet. That's the difference.
Okay. Okay.
This is another example. So we have RSA NetWitness log parsing tool. We also call it LPT tool. So what LPT does, it gives you the option to customize your existing parser or create a new parser. So what you have to do is you should have a raw log from the event source for which you are trying to create a parser, and you have to upload that log and define the message IDs, and it works on message ID base, message ID, header ID, so that it can parse. I'll show you how. First, read this thing. Is used to parse the raw logs to unsupported event sources. Unsupported event sources means we have, well, let's say bank has developed new application, in-house application.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. I got it.
RSA won't
I
know
got it.
which application it is. They don't support it. So we have to
Hmm.
make them customize their solution for that, so that we can get those logs and we can parse as well. That's when
Hmm.
this comes in the picture. And this is a CSV format log. We have to upload it, and then it will give you the parse. And XML is the extension for the parser. .xml.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
First, we need to export the it in a CSV format for the all the raw logs,
Yes.
and then once the custom parser is created, then only we need to extract it into the XML file, and we need to
Yeah.
upload it in the RSA NetWitness. Okay. Okay.
And we have one more facility. If we don't want to extract it, we can directly deploy from LPT itself, from LPT tool to
Okay.
decoders, if it has the same network connectivity.
So LPT tool is a licensed one or a free one?
Uh, this is the licensed one. Licensed one, it means you should have the credentials to log into the RSA portal and you can download it.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
You should have RSA support credentials created for you. Otherwise, you'll not be
Okay.
able to do it.
Okay. 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 So we will have
So this is,
this session, right? Lab log parsing LPT tool.
yes, I'll try to cater that if time permits, or if I get some raw logs, or if you have raw logs, you can share that to me. I'll try to share that.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Hmm. And there is the data correlation or use cases. So how data does the correlation? That is the method mentioned here. So event correlation is a technique that relates to various events to identifiable patterns. So various events means like we have checkpoint, firewalls, IDS, switches. So all different type of logs can be correlated. So if those
Okay.
patterns threaten security, then an action can be imposed. Event correlation can also performed as soon as the data is indexed. So once the data has been indexed, it forwarded to the consultator. It's ready for the correlation. Because event source analysis, the ESA component, it captures that data directly from the consultator immediately once as soon as get indexed or passed. So it keep checking the data and keep matching it with the rules deployed on the ISA. And whenever it finds any match, it throw the alert, and that alert sends to the respond tab as a incident. If we have an incident rule created, it will create the incident as well. Or if we have integrated any ticketing tool, a ServiceNow or any other tool, it create the ticket as well.
Okay.
And while you want to monitor events, you also want to implement automated process that can determine a relationship between complex events. One example of event correlation can occur with intrusion detection. So it's nothing kind of a way it's giving is how we can define the relations. Let's say you have defined relation for two different devices, Windows and the firewall. So you mentioned the category kind of meta keys like Windows device or type should be Windows, event dot type should be login, and you use AND operator, and then you defined a firewall IP. Device or type should be firewall, and action should be denied or accepted, whatever you do it. So that's when you are making the relationship between those two events. Once the condition will be matched, you will get the alert. So that's
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
it works.
Yeah, I got it.
So again, the ISA service is talking about the service used to create, modify, and deployment of rules. The rules can be imported from thread content or custom rules can be created. So thread content means um, we have RSA's live services. We call it live. If your RSA compliance is appliance is connected to the internet, then you'll be able to download it directly from the RSA portal, RSA live service.
Okay.
But in your bank, you don't have internet connectivity, I guess, to RSA compliance appliances. You have to download from somewhere, from different system which has internet connectivity, and upload on the server. That's the option we have. But majorly we do customize rules. We create use cases manually, so that calls custom rules can be created.
So threat hunter means the IOCs, right?
Yes, IOCs can be say attack vectors,
Yeah, yeah,
anything.
yeah. Okay, okay.
And third point it says if an event of number matches set of conditions defined the rule, alert will be generated. The same thing which I just discussed. It keeps checking the defined conditions along with the data, whatever is receiving it, and as soon as it gets the match, it fire the alert. So this is the typical example for the rule. So here we have description, name of the rule, and the conditions. So here we have defined the conditions. So if this and this and this, all these three matches, then we get the alert. Otherwise, we'll not get the alert. And it also has the facility to to define. So this is the as I said this ISA appliance has the benefit of this trial rule. So if you check this trial rule, it means since this is the lot of conditions we can define, right? If we have a
Hmm.
complex rule, so complex rule have a lot of conditions which will
Yeah,
eat up a lot of memory and resources. And if you don't have enough resources, your appliance will be down. It will be choked. So
yeah, yeah.
to protect that, we have this option trial rule. If you check this option, so basis of the threshold of the memory, it will automatically disable this rule.
Okay.
Okay. If like threshold is
All
defined
right.
by default around some percentage there, I'm not recalling it. If reaches that percentage, it will no disable rule so that other rules can be performed well and services will be up and running. Otherwise, it will be choked and shut down completely. and you'll be facing the
Okay.
loss of the data as well, loss of the alerts. So this is the surge protection sort of thing. Like we have MCBs in at home for surge protection. Same way it
So,
works here.
so whenever we are fine tuning the existing use case, at the time we will use this trail rule, right?
Yes, it's recommended to use this trial rule feature to protect our things until you are not satisfied with the performance.
Yeah. Because in our infra there is around 300 and plus existing rules is there. Okay, so the
Mhm.
customer is we need to avoid customer want to avoid the multiple rules. They need to find the at least 15, whatever they are needed.
Mhm. Yeah. So basis of the conditions, basis of the outcome.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean,
Here,
if I have a law,
actually, in
hmm,
some of the use cases in RSA, I can see the ignore column, the conditions here. The
hmm,
occurs connector is there, right? After that, I can see some ignore option is only is there. What is that ignore means? Case sensitive. Huh?
ignore yes, ignore case. Yeah,
Ignore question mark will be there. That means
that
ignore
generally
the
ignore case. Because see what happens if you defined the condition is in the lower capital, and
Mm-hmm.
so what will happen if you do not define the ignore case? So this will what do? It will do double processing. First it will check lower, then it will check
Okay.
capital,
Okay.
then it will check the combination. So it eat up a lot of process memory and appliance
Okay.
resources. So once you click that
Okay.
ignore case, it will not check any of the things whatever written here. That only will be checked, nothing else.
Okay.
So
Whatever we
processing
written,
time.
it will directly taken whenever
Yes.
we are select the ignore. Correct?
Huh. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So these are small tricks which can use to make our health of the ISA better.
Okay. How many conditions we can use it for the single rule? Is there any limitation?
As of now, I don't have any. I don't think any limitation we have. Whatever you want, you can do it. It up to you.
Okay.
Since here I can see three are mentioned here only. You can click on
Hmm.
plus sign. You can increase the size and number of conditions. But the question is, if you do a lot of conditions, are you able to take the responsibility for this? If a system gets down or a system is not performing well, is choked, who is gonna responsible for that?
Okay.
So responsibility will be yours. That's simple words.
Okay.
So we move next. Uh, so here, SIM alert workflow through ticketing tool. So in normal scenario, what happens is whenever we get the alert, the SIM tool alert generated, and then it's got integrated to the ticketing tool also. As I said, the service now or RSA Archer, any of the ticketing tool, it gets sent to the this data. Oh, prior to that, you can also configure email IDs for top leadership or maybe the responsible persons who should know about ticket or incident.
Hmm.
So any alert generated, we can configure the email IDs of those people. They'll immediately defined. Like we have this alert generated to our appliance. We have to check that. So
But
email will be
generally
sent.
in the generally in the SIM infra, they are now most of the customers they are not configure the ticketing tool directly for the every alert, right? For avoiding the false positives, the number of tickets will be automatically increasing. Around
No, I think
around 90
that's why.
around 90% of the alerts are will be go to the false positive only. Minimum 75
Well,
percentage of the alerts.
it depends.
So
It depends.
yeah. In my experience, I am in the all my customers. They are the SIM incidents only we are handling it.
Mhm.
Whenever we are identified that is not false positive, then only we are manually create the tickets.
So in that scenario, the fine tuning is highly required because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if you are
correct.
if you are creating the manual tickets, it means they are incident. You feel something is going on. That's why you have made the manual ticket. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should
yeah, yeah.
fine tune and should make the process automated. Whatever rules creating false positive, it should turn up as a true positive while making the changes in the conditions. So that is the one requirement you have to do it.
Okay, okay.
So this comes here and then this is the false positive, then yes, we can close the ticket with the comment. Otherwise, we
Actually, in this
can.
scenario, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
This flow is I know, but here in RSA SAM tool is compatibility with the any ticketing tool is right. So in
Yes.
remedy service now both are it's supported for the RSA.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever tool you have, it's supported. Even you have a customized tool also that also supported.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay.
So this thing I think you already clear. So we should move on.
Yeah, yeah. This is I'm clear. Yeah.
So next we have reporting. So reporting is basically we have a lot of out of the box rules which we can use for reporting purpose. And if we are not satisfied with out of the box rules, we can simply go ahead and create our own rules also. This is our requirement and data availability. So reporting intelligence feeds and alerts rules to find incidents quickly. Package rules, parsers, and data models are automatically updated and distributed to RSA NetWitness, meaning analysts have a robust set of content that is constantly being refreshed. So these things will happen if your RSA head server is connected to the internet. But in banks and some government entities, due to security purposes, they do not have the internet connectivity on these servers. They work offline. So these will not be available. But yeah, reporting rules to and incident rules, those can be manually created. And says it includes 400 logs and network parsers and over 275 correlations, SOC compliance, HIPAA compliance, PCI compliance, no, any other compliance or framework we have that can also be implemented. But you should have the internet connectivity to download those. There's the one condition.
Okay.
And this is the example of reporting engine service. So whatever compliant, component we have defined, we have seen. So those have only one service in their with their devices. Decoder has two service, collector has one, constitutor has one, ESA has one, and all. But the admin server, it has almost 12 or 13 services inbuilt.
So admin server means the SA server, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So it has almost 12 or 13 services inbuilt. So reporting engine is one of those services. So whatever reporting happens, it happens with this service. So this is inbuilt in head server. So this should be enabled all the time. It should not be disabled. Okay.
Okay.
And this is the example of reporting rules that we can create. So here what happens is if you create one rule, it will can be used all the three ways. You can use same rule to create a chart. You can use same rule to create an alert, or you can use same rule to create a report. So one rule is
Okay.
sufficient for all those functions. You don't need separate rules for separate functions. So that's the kind of a
Okay.
benefit we'll be getting it. So creating rule is very simple here. Just define the rule type. We have a different databases, NetWitness DB and there's another one other DB. I'm not sure which one. Right now version has been changed, so they have removed it. So I think by default we are getting this DB only. Just select this, type the name of the rule, and then summarize it. You want even count, you only want custom, you don't want anything. Whatever you need it, you can do it, and then select meta. What you want to see in the report, or in the chart, or in the alert. So once you click on this,
So the
it
meta
will,
case means whatever available in the investigation tab, all the meta case will be supporting here also, right?
yes, correct. And here you can also get suggestions in the right. These are meta,
Okay,
and you
okay,
can
okay.
choose the device, from which device you want to find that meta. Let's say some of the metas are not enabled on any of the consultator, so you can
Hmm.
just select whichever device is enabled, select that device, choose the meta, and define the condition where user.destination exists. We should get the user.destination count, even count.
Okay,
And in the bottom we can have option to save the rule, test the rule, or close the rule. So once you click on, after doing all these things, you can also define this order by descending order. You want descending order to be shown in the report. So here we can have an option called test. So click on test rule. You'll be landing up with this screen. These will come up once you test, but prior to that you'll only get blank. And here you can see this. So select the device. It can be broker, or it can be concentrator. If you have one or two concentrators, choose that. If you have more than two concentrators, select broker, and define the form, tabular form, pie chart, rectangular, whatever font you feel comfortable with. Define the time range, click on test. Once it complete the test, click at these options: destination, username, and event count. So these two we have defined. These two are coming in.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So that's how it works. And you can just close it, and you can save the rule. It will be saved under your reporting tab. So whenever in future you want, you can go and use that rule. Or maybe you can create one dashboard using that rule, or you can
Okay,
create a one chart and present it to your upper management. These type of users we are getting in logged in last 2 hours. If you feel any of the users is not legitimate, or any new user, there's an alarm. Something wrong is
okay,
happening. Someone has taken the access. He has made the rule the user, and he's already logged in these many times. So you can check that. So here I was talking about the same rule can be used for all these three. So that's the example I have shown. Can select the rule. I mean, it's not a rule. Here we have to define the location where we have to use. If we have used any previously, so previously used rules are showing here. If we don't have, is the first time you're using it, scroll it, new, new report, and select. You want to make a chart using this rule, you want to make alert, or you want to make a chart or report. Select, and once you select it, you will come to this screen. Schedule name, network and DB, where you want to query the data from. This is the device. Run now, or schedule for later time. If you want to run now, click on now, and here you can define the time and schedule. How many slides? Okay, so till here, any of the slides, any doubt you have in reporting
no
part?
doubts.
Okay, so basic components, log flow, architecture, reporting, investigation, all these things are clear, right?
Yeah.
If you go to stats of any of the devices, to show you the
Okay.
basic details, their memory, how much CPU capture usage, free services status, running from by when, uptime basically, offline consuming those status, capture rate, how much data has been captured, or what is the current EPS rate, event per second. So that option can you see here when you go to decoder and click on stats.
Okay.
Or if you go any of the service, you can click on stat. It will give you the same similar options. This graph, this memory usage, all those things.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And next thing is the reporting statics. This is a dashboard. So this is dashboard we can create using same rule which we have defined and we have tested. So same rule can be used here to create dashboard, and it will refresh after every 5 minutes and give you the
Okay.
latest data.
Okay.
So in health and wellness, think this is the tab where we come, and we can see all those services which are showing available. It should be red. So there are some tabs. We can see stop service, no, stopped processing. We have 10. So it means that something is wrong with the devices. We have to click on this and it will show you these data, red, orange. So whatever red or orange means, there are some issue with that. Either they are not getting the data real time, either they are stopped. The services are stopped. So we have to go and check the services, and that's how we can define the health of the entire overall thing. If we have any physical drives failed, we can check here. Logical drive fails, we can see here. File system issues or file system getting full, then we can see here. So as of now, we don't have any alert.
So
We only have
what
none.
is meant by workbench service?
Workbench is the another service for
Workbench.
archiver. In archiver, if you
Okay.
have archiver in your place, so it has two services. One is archiver service, one is workbench
Okay.
service. So
What is
workbench
workbench?
is being used only when you have older data, which is not it's like a cold storage. So if you want
Okay.
to query that cold storage data, you have to import it. So that's when workbench is used.
Okay.
With
Okay. Got it. So
hot data
yeah, yeah.
and
Okay. In any audit is coming at the time they asking the any some of the very old doc. At the time we can
mm-hmm.
query that particular time frame of the logs. Am I right?
Yes, but for that we have a different setup to be done. It's not easy as we can think of. We can
Mm.
click on the archiver workbench service, and then you have to give the defined path where that no, cold data has been stayed. So once it will
Okay.
create that, it will import, and it take, I think, number of days or maybe number of weeks also to import the data. And once
Okay.
it's imported, then you can show that, or you can query that data. But generally people don't use it. It's very time consuming. It's very kind of hectic thing. So that's
Okay.
why they increase the retention level on the archiver level, so that instead of 3 months they do it for 6 months, or instead of 6 months they do it for 1 year, so that they should not
Okay.
go back to the workbench and to import data.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
So
And one more thing. Do you have the any slide for the all the services running on the all the components? Mainly, I want
no I
because the
uh,
yesterday there was a one alarm context hub server.
uh-huh.
I want to know what is that. So that means the multiple services are running on the SA server, right? I want to know all the services details.
See the context hub. Yeah, I can show you when we do the practical thing. No, I can show you because I don't have any slide as of now, which can
Okay, okay,
consist all those services. But there are mainly three or four services out there which need to be checked all the time. Other services are
okay,
always up and running, but only three four services will create trouble most of the time. So I can show you that also how to check and how to remediate.
okay,
So this is the logging thing. If you go to appliance log option, you can see historical logs. If any issues with your system, You can go here and you can check if it's happening. If you find any errors or any issues, you can check it and you can rectify. All this can be done via CLI also and a var log messages. But if you don't want to do that, or if you don't have any expertise on CLI, so UI is very easy to use. Anyone can use it. Has same thing. You can define date. Keyword also can be defined here, like errors or failed. So they can get only those logs,
Okay.
right? And here the live threat intelligence, which I was talking about. This is the web-based threat intel service, which is given by RSA itself, and it's free of cost. But the only requirement is you should have the internet connectivity to your SA server. Otherwise, this cannot be used.
Yeah, I have these questions. So actually, RSA NetWitness, we already got the licensing for the threat intelligence also. Am I right? Once we get the licensing, the how the feeds, what are the feeds it's getting from the RSA?
See, feeds do not get automatically. You have to deploy that. Once you deploy, after that it will keeps updating it by default. But you have to
Okay,
take first step. And need to download and deploy. You need to have internet connection on your
okay,
RSA appliance. If
okay.
it's connected to internet, then you'll be able to see. Otherwise, you have to offline. Where I have to download it and you can upload it. Will not feel on update also will not be available. Manually, you have to do every time.
Yeah, that is okay. My question is here. For example, there is a one alert is coming. So we thought that is malicious or not. So is it anything? Whenever we are going to the some other scanners, virus total, open source tools, we are working on it are paid versions, anomaly tip servers. So here, this is a RSA SAM tool. So any predefined inbuilt scoring system is there? For example, I am suspecting on IP.
Hmm.
Okay. So I want to check that is malicious or not. So RSA engine will be providing, must providing this support, right?
No, in investigations, they do not provide any support. Investigations you have to do by your own. The suggestions can be given as per the defined priority, but that I mean that will be given when you have internet connectivity. That's the only thing. So they will give you the suggestion, like, like you have alert. So
Hmm.
alert will be coming basis of your rules. So rules have severity, high severity, low severity, medium severity. So basis of that you can judge. And if you
Yeah,
are doing,
that's what I'm asking. How the RSA
hmm,
is mentioning that is a critical or high or medium or low. How RSA will be judging?
it's based of the it has the data available in their console, their web based threat intels, you know. So they keep checking it and they
Yeah, that's
keep
that's what I'm asking. What is the parameters they are using? RSA can conclude that is a critical or a high. That is my question.
only open source data. That's it. They don't have any in-house Intel team. Whatever open source CV is available in the market,
Hmm.
like someone has the Log4j is coming in, and any other threat breach has happened in past. So they have those data, and basis of those data, they try to check the defined rule, and then they
Okay.
give you the suggestions. But they don't have dedicated thing, so we cannot rely on their threat intel. They say that they have it, but they don't have in practical.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they do have ready-made rules available on their threat intel portal, which is if you don't want to create a manual thing, you can click simply download the rule from there and deploy it to your NetWitness server. So it will
Okay.
reduce your overhead and it will give you the protection as well. That's the one
In
one
R,
thing you can do.
yeah, this is available in the RSA live, correct?
Yes, RSA live, correct. But basis of that, connection should be available. The internet should be available.
Yeah. That must be there.
No, no banks. What they do, they don't connect their appliances, RSA appliances to internet. They use offline.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah. So this is the example. They say unsafe based of their threat intel available on the portal. To live content, if you click on live content, you can click on event analysis. You can see these things, delivery, later, and all. So
Mm,
again, this is the things happens on the data available with them. Basis of that data, they are showing these suggestions. Live
okay.
content risk management. But again, we cannot rely completely on this. We have to use our manual thing also, our intelligence.
Okay, I got it. Actually, here there is two things. One is alerts and one is the two things is there. Okay. In the alerts, it's all are predefined the RSA engines or whatever they are analyzing with their own database. It will provide the suggestions. It's suspicious or unsafe or right data. Whenever they are getting they are considered as malicious, at that time the alert is generating by using RSA the engine. Am I right?
Yes, but alerts will be available only when you create a rule. We don't have a rule deployed for that particular thing.
Mm.
Alert will not be generated. That's the first step. So
Any
these suggestions,
any predefined rule is there for the creating the alerts?
yes, out of the box rules are available. They give you the out of the which you can customize as well. You can copy and you can create multiple rules, change some conditions, and deploy. That can be done.
Okay,
And this
okay.
things also can be checked when you do data investigate. As I shown you the where we can see blue data and red and green data available there. So if you click on any of the meta keys or any of the data, right click,
Mm.
click on context hub. So if you, I'll show you that how to do it. If you click on context hub, that will reach to this event
No.
analysis tab.
First, what is context hub?
Context hub is nothing but it's kind of a service which gives the suggestion, which gives you this output. Whatever event you
Okay.
have selected, so it will index, it will check
Okay.
all those events and it will match with their database as well, and then it give you the output unsafe or safe or whatever, their own intelligence.
Okay. Got. Yes, yeah. I got it. So that means the context server means it is one of the services are running on the server SA server that is pulling the information from the RSA threat intelligence database
Yes, right.
for every incident. Sorry, every
For
alerts.
every event.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
that difference.
Every event. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
these all are
Okay.
events.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. That is context observer. Okay. Okay.
And it also give you the file if you have any attachments, like someone has sent you the email with attachment. So you can also have
Mm.
the facility to download that attachment and check the content. That also can be done. But again, we have
So
that
mail
facility.
the mail content also we can download it. We can view. Huh?
Yeah, attachments, not the entire email content,
Yeah.
attachments.
Okay.
But that too is available on the package solutions. If I, yeah, package solutions only, not the log one.
Okay.
And the internet connection should be available again. That's the one core requirement.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are the rules where we can deploy rules. ESA section, under same UI we have ESA section. We can go to there and we can create rules and see all those are available.
Okay.
So one is rule library. It means it has all the rules which is downloaded from the threat intel service or created by you manually. So here you can see rule builder. So rule builder means you have created by your own, manually given define the rules. But
Okay, okay.
if you download the rules from Threat Intel, it will show you that's something else, ESPR
The
language. It will,
whatever, yeah, 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 correct. Whatever we are mentioning that custom
uh,
feeds name, that name will be there. Am I right?
yeah. No, name will be available here. Here are the rule types. It's an automated rule or rule builder rule. These are types.
Okay, 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 okay,
And this is the option where you can actually go click get rules from RSA Live. Click on this server, this link. If your appliance is connected to internet directly, it will launch that portal where you can define your rule requirement, what type of rule you are looking for. If you're looking for a brute force protection rules, if you're looking for any other rules, you can define, you can search, and you'll be getting the options, suggestions. So whatever fits as per your environment, you can download and you can install.
okay,
That will show here on itself. And use that rule, test that rule, fine tune that, and use as a alerting or as a chart or as a report, whatever way you want. So this is also available.
okay. But generally, no customers will use the direct internet. Won't enable, right, for the same components.
For government banks and the government entities, they generally don't do it, as far as my
Yeah, mainly
experience.
financial. They won't enable the internet, direct internet. Okay,
Yeah. The MNCs and other government, sorry, private firms, they use it, they do it, but government thing because they have very sensitive data, so they think it's not required for them. They use offline only.
okay, okay,
So these are the two things which is for Threat Intel portal. So live is nothing is the inbuilt live service. This is live content. This is the
okay,
live. So it's already inbuilt. You don't have to do anything. But the same as library, this is the open source portal. If you don't have connectivity to your appliance, but you have any other system in your office where a connection is there or cyber cafe is there, so you can go to that system, open the CMS library, CMS dot. So there's some link or website. Open that,
okay,
and then you will get same UI which you get from here by clicking on this. Same UI will be available. You can download the rules, copy into the pen drive or maybe whatever shared drive, and you can deploy that. So these are two ways. One is for online, one is for offline.
okay,
So here you can define the your requirements. You can search keywords, or you can search by category wise, featured or for threat, for identity, for assurance. So whatever category rules you are looking for, you can define and you can search.
okay,
And once you
okay.
click on search, it will
This
be
option
available.
available in the CMS portal, right? Live content. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Live
if you have a
content.
connectivity to the internet, then it will show this way. If you don't have connectivity, you can go to CMS, and there also
Okay,
the same thing happens. Say similar view.
okay, okay. A malware domain list. Go to that. Actually, yesterday we saw some issues. Actually, one user is trying to access the one of the portal URL. That's all. But the alert is triggered, but that a proxy server is not providing. That is malicious. But in the threat source of the RSA will provide the malware category, malware domain list IP, hyphen IP.
Hmm.
That is a threat source is mentioned as a Trojan download something the words. Then what
Okay.
the alert is triggered. But the problem is
Hmm.
I went to the malware domain list portal directly. I searched that URL. That URL is not listed, not only is available in the database, but
Hmm.
that portal also it's not updated properly. We can see the very old content only. Actually, Monday only we will raise a tag ticket. Why it's blocked? Why the database is not updated like this?
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, it happens. It's very rare because they do not bother to update regularly,
But
so they do it.
yeah, but the traffic is as usual. The normal only the URL also it's hosted on the Amazon, AWS. All are safe only.
Mhm.
No, there is no suspicious IP. All are whitelisted IP only. All are whitelisted URL only. But the threat source is categorized as a Trojan download.
It must be the false positive then.
No,
So,
the customer question is why RSA is providing us a Trojan download, because the inbuilt the malware domain list portal, right? This is the
hmm,
actual threat source is this one.
hmm, yeah, I mean that need to be checked, and will be able to reach a conclusion why it has that kind of thing. So in RSA,
Okay,
as I said, anything can be happen anytime. You cannot predict what how it behaves. So there are issues with RSA also. There are major issues. It behaves
okay,
sometime
okay.
very kind of unhealthy or kind of very badly, badly. You cannot judge. You feel everything is okay, but still there's an issue.
Pardon.
So we not be able to
Okay,
find it.
okay,
So it is
okay,
very
okay.
common in the RSA. So this is the action. I mean option where we can deploy the feeds. I'll show you how to deploy feeds also. So feeds is nothing. You have just manual fields, custom feeds, which you have defined in your Excel or CSV file. Just go to decoder, upload that CSV file, and it will show you the progress. That's it. So whenever that data comes in, it matches the data as per the defined feeds. It is give you the alert,
Okay, okay.
and this is also kind of feed itself, nothing else.
How many inbuilt field is there? I can say malware domain list, IP void, virus total, these three, and silos, the Google one.
Um, I have never
Actually,
counted how many feeds. So these are the open source. You have a lot of things out. If you drag down the page, you get a lot of things. There's no such thing. It says 57 matches. So this is
no, no, no.
57
Actually,
match.
no, no. I am not telling here. The investigation tab. When we
Mm-hmm,
see the any of the source IP or destination IP, we can check the how to tell the options, right. When we right click the any one of the IP in investigation tab, at the time
mm-hmm,
there is something is there, the external lookup or the
mm,
external domain like this. There is a some of the portal is there. When I checked in the Google, Google is telling there is the RSA community is telling some of the inbuilt domain, external domain is configured. When we right click this IP, we can directly go to that IP void or URL void directly from the investigation tab.
okay.
So in that particular option only, I can see this malware domain list also is configured.
Mm. I mean,
I want to know any
12
limitation is there or we can increase it or not. That's what I'm asking.
feeds can be increased.
Okay, okay,
There's no limit for the feed. Whatever feed, how many numbers of feed you want, you can upload it. You can increase it. There's no any restrictions.
okay, okay.
Mm. This is another tab for the same thing. As I said, you want the logs or the things for your log collector purpose. So it will show you all the rules which are matching to your log collector. which can be deployed on log collector thing. Okay, so these are also available based on the device, based on the category. These two options are available,
Okay.
and based on threat, it says these all are the threat rules only. So you can either download all the things and deploy. Download, it means deploy. Just click on deploy. It asks you the decoder names on which decoders you want to deploy these rules, or which ESAs you want to deploy these rules. So we can select and you can deploy. That's it.
Okay.
And this is kind of a normal snapshot capture from the website itself. What they claim is they claim complete visibility, detection of advanced attacks, insight into the full attack scope, eradication of threats. So that's how they do it. OS level logs, network logs, VM
So
logs, and all.
automation means the SOAR functionality also it will provide, RSA.
Yes, it has it own SOAR available in the market, SOAR product, which you can deploy if you want. But it has the benefit. It can work with other SOAR products also.
No,
So
no,
it
no,
has
no.
the
I am asking, RSA NetWitness is having the SOAR functionality also or not?
no, it's compatible with SOAR. It's not have a full SOAR functionality.
Okay. Actually, I have a one general question. What is UEBA and how it's working?
UEBA is kind of an advanced machine learning technique, which ingests the data of the user, and basis of that, it takes action. So it means it captures the data from last 1 week or 2 weeks, whatever, and it makes a threshold inside its own memory, and it learns the pattern, like how many requests are coming in per day, how many users are getting created, how many logins are happening in per day, what is the bandwidth is being used per day. So basis of that, it makes a threshold, an average threshold, and whenever it sees any I mean any like say per day you're getting 10 logins, but someday what happened, you got 14 logins, so it will trigger the alert, say, oh, I have got the 14 logins, I have threshold for 10, you got 4 more logins extra, just check, something wrong is happening. So
Okay,
that's how
okay.
it gives you the benefit, the automatic
Okay,
detection.
okay. Got it, got it, got it. So, for example, in the last 30 days, some process is not directly handled by the users, but in 31st day, that process is initiated. So, at that time,
Right,
it will identify why that process
exactly,
is running. Am I right? Okay, okay.
exactly.
Okay, okay. User and entity. Okay, thank you.
Yes. So this is the again is clear, right? Any issues with
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah. No, no, no,
Okay.
no doubts.
All right.
And also the RSA is not only SIM, it providing the network monitoring also, right?
Yeah, as I said, the package solution is all about network monitoring,
Okay, okay. Okay, packet functionality is network monitoring. Okay, got it.
and the log monitoring, you can say the device monitoring.
Mm,
So device and packet network both are combined. We can use multiple solutions all together as well. We can use a packet and log at the same time. It's so
mm.
supportable.
Okay, okay,
So here we have metadata and basics of investigation. I think we can cover this up by tomorrow. We almost
okay,
completed 68 because I think it's going to be overburden. You'll we tend to
okay,
feel
okay, okay. No issue. We will continue tomorrow.
so 68 is covered. We'll start from the metadata and basics of investigation.
Okay,
It's 12:38. Yeah,
okay,
and we'll finish up the rest of the slides, and then I'll show you the lab thing.
okay.
First, I'll what you do, I'll open the UI and I'll give you the glance of all the tabs that we have in place, and then we'll do one installation, and then we'll go
Okay.
further.